Hello everyone, welcome back to Python Fundamentals episode 5. I am Aditya Thakur. If you have been with me since episode 1, think about how far you have actually come. You have gone from installing Python and printing Hello World to fully understanding every data type Python has, every operator Python offers, and just last episode, a complete mastery of strings, slicing methods, formatting, all of it. There's generally not a small amount of ground to cover. So, if you've been coding along with me every episode, take a second to appreciate yourself. But here's the honest truth about everything we have built so far. Every program we have written up to this point runs exactly the same way every single time. Same output, no matter what. Today, that changes completely. Today, we are covering control flow statements, specifically if, elif, and else statements. How to nest conditions inside each other, a neat one line shortcut called a conditional expression, and a newer, cleaner Python feature called match case statement. This is generally one of the most important episodes in this entire series because this is the exact moment your code stops being a fixed script and starts being a program that actually thinks by itself. It looks at data and it decides what to do based on what it finds. One quick thing before we dive in, same as always, code along with me. Every example, pause the video, type it yourself, run it yourself, and I have got 5 separate practice round today, more than any episode so far. So there's plenty of opportunity to actually build this skill instead of just watching me build it. All right, let's teach your code how to make decisions. Let's get into it. Let's start with section 1, which is if, elif, and else statement. This is the foundation of every decision your code will ever make. Let's get into it. Let's start with the simplest possible decision Python can make. Let's open your VS Code first. Let's suppose age is 20. If age greater than equals to 18, right, then you can print you can you can vote. Now let's print this out. See what we got. You can vote. If your age is greater than 18, then you can vote. Say that a line out loud, almost like English. If age is greater than or equal to 18, then print this message. If condition is true, the indented code below runs. If it is false, that blocks itself. Just skips itself entirely. Nothing crashes, nothing happens. Python simply moves on. Uh, See, if takes a Boolean condition, if it is true, the indented code below runs. If it is false, then block is skipped entirely. This block will be skipped entirely. You have to understand this block of code first. Moving on to the next one. See, indentation is not optional in these conditions. If you don't write indentation, then it won't be inside the condition. Okay. If there is no indentation, it means the block after the if condition is not inside that condition. Let's try this out. See, let's try this question only. If I delete the indentation, what will happen? See, it will throw an error, direct error. If I add indentation, it won't throw error. See, I got you can vote. Unlike most languages, Python uses indentation itself to define code blocks. It will define from where the code blocks start and where it ends. There are no curly braces like in there are in C. There are no curly braces. Every line inside the if must be indented consistently. Now let's see what happens when the condition is false. Let's test this code only. age is 15. If age greater than or equals to 18, then print, let's see what we get. See, your program continues here. It didn't print this one. See, what happened? We changed the age to 15, and that if block just gets skipped. Here the condition was age must be greater than or equals to 18. This block got skipped, but notice the program doesn't stop. It just continues on to whatever comes after the program. Okay, after that, if condition. Moving on to the next one, which is condition can be of any Boolean expression. Let's see. Let's check out this code. Username equals sam123. If length of username greater than equals to then if at the rate in username print, oops, email. Now let's check this out. See what we got. Valid username because there was no at the rate in the username. See, anything that evaluate to true or false can go after if comparisons. Method calls the n keyword, all of it. This ties directly back to everything we have covered in episode 3. Now let's move on to the next one. Next one is else. See, else catches every single case, whether where the if condition got false answer. Okay, this catches every single case. Exactly, one of these two blocks will always run. Never both, never neither. One of them will always run. Let's check this code. So, mm, age equals 15. If age greater equals, let's check this out. सी मैंने ना इसमें ज़्यादा एक बिट स्पेस एक्स्ट्रा दे दिया है एक स्पेस ज़्यादा दे दी है इंडेंटेशन ज़्यादा दे दी है तो इसमें एरर आ गया यू शुड नॉट डू दिस सी टू यंग टू वोट सी व्हाट हैपेंड हियर इसने पूरा इफ कंडीशन वाज फॉल्स ठीक है इट गॉट स्किप्ड देन एल्स कंडीशन क्या करती है जो इफ कंडीशन होती है उस जहाँ पे जिन जिन पैरामीटर्स में इफ कंडीशंस जो है वो फॉल्स आती है उनको छोड़ के जो अलावा उसके अलावा जितने भी पैरामीटर होते हैं उसको अगर उसमें आते हैं कुछ कंडीशन तो ये एल्स कंडीशन यूज हो जाती है सी मतलब हर बार दोनों में से एक तो चलेगा ही चलेगा हमेशा मतलब दोनों में से एक ही चलेगा बट दोनों नहीं चल सकते ना तो ऐसा भी नहीं होगा कि ये दोनों ना चले एक तो एक चलेगा ही चलेगा लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट वन This is elif condition. Elif is used to check multiple conditions. If there are multiple conditions like पहले एक कंडीशन होगी फिर दूसरी कंडीशन भी तुमने चेक करनी है तीसरी कंडीशन भी चेक करनी है वहां पे अलग अलग है तो elif यूज होता है. See, elif means else if. Python checks each condition from top to bottom and stops at the first one that's true. Order matters enormously here. ठीक है. Let's test this code. Score equals 75, 70, 75. If score is greater than or equals to 90, print grade A. Then we will use elif score 80. Then we'll print grade B. Elif score greater than or equals to 70. Print which grade? Grade C. Grade C. Else print क्या करना है? Grade F. चेक करते हैं इस कोड की रेट. सी आ गया हमारा क्या है ग्रेड सी. इसमें पता क्या होगा ऊपर से नीचे तक सारी की सारी ही होंगी चेक बट यहाँ पे अगर अगर यहाँ पे ट्रू आ गया ना तो ये अगली चेक चेक नहीं होगी फिर कोई भी. अगर यहाँ पे ट्रू आया फिर ये वाली कोई चेक नहीं होगी. बट इसमें ऑर्डर बहुत ज्यादा मैटर करता है. सी दिस दिस वोंट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हेयर. एकदम से यहाँ से स्टार्ट नहीं हो जाएगा यहाँ से यहाँ पे. इट विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हेयर ओनली फ्रॉम द टॉप ऑफ द कोड. Moving to the next one. See why order matters here. Let's just test this code. Score score equals 95. Score elif score greater than or equals to 90. Let's see what happens here. See, we got grade C as an answer. See, 95 should clearly be an A, okay? But it because we check score which is greater than equals to 70, 71st. Wait, I wrote 0 over here. As we check score greater than equals to 71st, the Python stops right there and prints C. Okay, that elif condition for checking 90 got skipped. Okay, always order your condition from most specific to least specific one. This is the like problem of the ordering. You have to always order that. See, since Python stops at the first true condition, checking score greater than or equal to 70, first catches a 95, first catches a 95 too. Always order conditions from most specific or highest to least one. Moving on to the next one, which is see we can chain as many elif blocks as we need. जितने चाहे उतने डाल सकते हैं हम. Like multiple. You can you can add hundreds of them, thousands of them. It's up to you. Let's try this code to validate that. What's the code? equals 3. Wednesday. Oh, I wrote if. Let me write if elif elif else print. Let's print this. See, Wednesday. लाइक जितनी आप डालना चाहते हो, जितनी एलिफ कंडीशंस डालना चाहते हो वो होंगी ही होंगी। मतलब यू कैन डाल डाल दो जितनी डालना चाहते हो, वो एग्जीक्यूट होंगी हमेशा। कोई एरर नहीं आएगा, कुछ नहीं होगा। Let's move on to the next one. There's no limit on how much elif blocks you chain. Python check each one in order until it finds a match or falls through to else. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. This is truthy and falsy values in condition. See, if your string here, what happened? The string is empty, na? So there's no need to write if name equals explicitly. कोई जरूरत नहीं है इक्वल डालने की। तो जस्ट राइट इफ नेम, अगर नेम के अंदर कोई वैल्यू होगी ना उसमें, अगर नेम की कोई वैल्यू होगी तो उसमें आ जाएगा हेलो नेम। अगर नेम की कोई वैल्यू नहीं होगी तो नहीं आएगा। सी इसमें जैसे कि वैल्यू ही नहीं है कोई, तो इसमें पूरा ही वो है, स्ट्रिंग ही वो है एम्प्टी, तो नहीं आएगा इसमें नेम। एल्स प्रिंट नो नेम प्रोवाइडेड, वी गॉट नो नेम प्रोवाइडेड। ओके, लेट्स ट्राई दिस कोड। नेम इक्वल्स एम्प्टी स्ट्रिंग, just I have to remove the indentation. And if name rent hello, then name print करना है। else print no name provided। Let's check this code। सी क्या है हमारा, वी गॉट नो नेम प्रोवाइडेड। अगर हम इसमें कोई डाल देते वैल्यू, लाइक ADI डाल दी, तो इसकी वैल्यू आ जाती। सी हेलो आ रही। इसमें कोई ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होता इक्वल इक्वल डालने में, ये है। कभी ट्रू भी होता कभी। अब नहीं डाली तो नहीं आएगी। Now let's move on to the next one. Validating input before using it. Let's try this code. What's the code? Age equals. I hate these indentations. Age equals 25। हम ना इसमें स्ट्रिंग में डाल देंगे इसको। वैलिडेट करना है ना हमें। इसमें हम क्या वैलिडेट करेंगे? इसमें हम वैलिडेट करेंगे ये स्ट्रिंग है क्या। कैसे करेंगे वो? इस डिजिट से। ये एपिसोड 4 में जो हमने पढ़ा था। एज डॉट इस डिजिट age equals integer of age, प्रिंट क्या करेंगे हम? प्रिंट f age is set to age। print invalid. Now let's test this one. What we got? Age is set to 25. See what happened here. First we checked if age is in digit by using is digit option. Is digit. Then what happened? This was in digit. No, this was in string. It meant that it is in string. Then what we did? We converted the string into an integer. Then we just printed that. Okay. See, this combines two things from episode 4, which is digit. Checks the string is actually safe to convert before we call int to it. Okay, which avoids a crash from a bad input entirely. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is multiple independent if statements versus elif statement. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this code. What is the code? If has coupon is equal to row is memory equals to it's a caption. Coupon equals to memo is true. If has coupon then percent discount is if and free shipping applied. Applied इसको एक बार प्रिंट करते हैं. सी पता है क्या होता है इसमें. इफ कंडीशन को ऊपर अगर आप बार बार डालोगे ना चेन चेन में, तो इफ कंडीशन जो है वो सारी की सारी एग्जीक्यूट होंगी, चाहे एक एक उसमें ट्रू भी आ जाए ना तब भी एग्जीक्यूट अगली होगी ही होगी. बट व्हाट हैपेंस इन एलिफ कंडीशन? सी इफ something is true in the first elif condition, then the other elif conditions following the first ones gets skipped. That's what happened in elif. And in if, it doesn't get skipped. See, there are two separate if statements, not elif. Both can run independently. Unlike elif, Python checks everyone regardless of the others. But in elif statement, Python check only the correct one and rejects after we find the correct one, it skips other ones. Pause the video before watching the answer. Just pause the video and try it by yourself. What's the question? Write a simple temperature describer. If temperature is above 30, print hot. If it is between 15 and 30, print pleasant. Otherwise, print cold. Let's try this code. Temperature equals how much was the temperature? Let's try it. 25. If greater than 30, print it's hot. Elif temp greater than how much? 15, no 25, 15. प्रिंट करेंगे प्लेजेंट. एंड देन एल्स स्टेटमेंट डालेंगे, प्रिंट करेंगे see we got pleasant pleasant temperature. because it was 25 and it was between 15 and 30, we got pleasant. See what happened. अगर हमने इसमें इफ कंडीशन डाली होती एलिफ की जगह, जैसे पीछे था ना, इफ कंडीशन डाली होती, इसमें सारे के सारे रन हो जाते, सारे के सारे। जैसे ये है 15, पूरे के पूरे रन होते इसमें, बट इसमें एलिफ डाली थी, पर इसलिए सब रन नहीं हुए। इसके बाद इसने स्किप कर दिया फिर। लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट वन। सी, इट्स द सेम। सी 22 fails the first check, uh, not above 30, but passes the second, which was greater than equals to 15. So pleasant prints. Try changing the value to 35 or something to see other branches. See, let's try the other temperature. Let's print 35. Print Python. See, it's hot. सारी सारी की सारी हो जाएगी। एक बार और भी चेक करते हैं, 10 लिख लेते हैं टेम्परेचर। अब कोल्ड आएगा। सी, वी गॉट कोल्ड। Moving on to the next one. This Moving on to the next section. Next section is nested conditions. Here we can put an if statement inside another if statement. Let's move to the first one, an if statement inside another if. Let's try this code first. इसमें क्या होगा? We can just nest one statement inside the other one. Like we can nest if another inside another if. We can uh, like enter if statement inside for loop also, while loop also, any loop. Age equals 25 plus 1. License equals to age greater than equals 18, and if he has license, then print can drive, else print needs a driving license. Driving license first, then else print, yeah. Let's try this out. See, we got can drive. Notice the double indentation on the inner if. See, did you notice that? It only even gets checked at all if the outer condition was true first. This creates a genuine decision tree, okay? It will only get checked if the outer condition is true. If the outer condition is false, then inner condition won't be checked. It will skip the inner condition also. No matter if it is if condition, if it is else condition, इसके अंदर होगी, जो जितनी भी conditions इसके अंदर होगी वो सब की सब skip हो जाएंगी अगर ये इसके false हुई तो, then it will move on to else. See, let's try this out. हमने कर दिया कितना 18 है ना, ये 15 कर देते हैं। सी, वी गॉट टू यंग। इसने इन दोनों को एग्जीक्यूट ही नहीं किया क्योंकि ये वाली कंडीशन ही फॉल्स होगी। Now let's move on to the next one. Let's try nesting 3 levels deep. Okay, let's try nesting 3 loops. Wait, is load in. Equals true if load in If is admin, if is admin, if not maintenance. That was false. Lexus. See what happened there. Let's check the answer first. Oh, is it? Let's run this code. See, we got full access. क्या हुआ इसमें? First it checked this load in one, then it moved on to if is admin condition, then it moved on to if not maintenance mode condition, then it printed the full access, which was inside this condition. And this condition was inside this condition, and this condition was inside this condition. This is how nested loop works. See, deep listing works, but gets hard to read fast. This is exactly where combining condition with logical operators becomes very useful, very useful. Let's move on to the next one. This is the cleaner alternative of this. See what happened here. It combined all of these conditions in single in one go. What he did, just it added and in between those conditions. See, and फिर आ गया full access. Same exact logic, same exact logic as the triple nested version, but far more readable. Reach for logical operators before nesting three levels deep down whenever you can. Let's move on to the next one. Nesting condition with elif inside. Let's try this condition first. Oh, right. What's the condition? Some number equals 2 points 450 if is member, if is member, if points greater than 500 gold tire. Print gold tier if points greater than equals to 200 silver tier. My but this is elif condition, no? Elif else print bronze tier. Print not a member. I do the same mistake again and again. I forgot putting was I don't know on Python. See, we got silver tier. See, इसमें क्या किया हमने if कंडीशन डाल दी फिर उसके अंदर हमने if elif को नेस्ट किया है if this then this अगर ये फॉल्स थी तो ये आ गई तो फिर ये आगे वाली चेक ही नहीं करेगा सी ये ट्रू होगी ना तो ये आगे वाली चेक नहीं कर रहा फिर अगर हमने डाला होता 150 150 then it would have printed see bronze tier. That's how it works. Now let's move to the next one. Let's try this example also. Password hunter. Password. Print password accepted. Print password accepted. Else no special characters allowed. Dash allowed. Yes. Sure. Let's try this code. Oh, I forgot to add dot in between. Xenon. See, we got password accepted. See what happened here. इसने password इसने check किया पहले, ठीक है? The length of the string was greater than 8. Then it tested it inside if password is enum. तो ये enum में था, alphabets भी थे इसमें, नंबर भी थे, हाँ. तो इसमें इसने प्रिंट कर दिया password accepted. Else no special characters allowed. ये वाला इसने skip कर दिया. Then else वाला तो इसने skip ही कर दिया क्योंकि ये वाली condition true हो गई थी. So let's move on to the next one. See, a genuinely realistic pattern, each nested check handles one specific validation rule, giving a precise error message for each failure case. Okay, let's move on to the next one. How deep is too deep? See, अगर तुम बार बार ही डीप, लाइक बहुत ही ज्यादा डीप चलोगे ना, फिर इट विल बी लाइक वेरी कंफ्यूजिंग, वेरी वेरी कंफ्यूजिंग. So take this as a rule of thumb. If you are nesting more than 2-3 levels deep, it's a strong signal to refactor. Okay. Combine conditions with and or break the logic into a function. And I will teach you function in upcoming episodes. Let's move on to the next one. See, pause the video, try this question, then you can resume the video. What's the question? Build a simple movie ticket checker. If the person is a student and it's a weekday, the ticket is $6. If they are a student, but it's a weekend, the ticket is $8. If they are not a student, the ticket is always $12. Use nested if we have to use nested conditions. Let's try this one. Is student equals true? Is weekday equals true? Try कर लेते हैं इसको, true true weekday हो गई है student. If is student, if print price equals 6, price equals $8 then. अगर ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं होगा, अगर स्टूडेंट ही नहीं हुआ, तो else डालेंगे price equals $12. Price equals $12. Now we have to print this statement. Print f string, then ticket prices, price dollar, then price. Let's try this one. दो बार ही सकते हैं इसमें. See what we got. Ticket price is $6 because ये दोनों दोनों वैलिडेट है. अगर इसमें हमने एक फोर्स डाल दिया होता, इस वीकडे फोर्स डाल देता. See, we got $8. See, the inner if else only runs when a student is true. This mirrors exactly how real pricing logic branches and actual applications. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Then let's moving on to the next section, which is conditional expression. This is a one-line shortcut for simple if-else logic. often called the ternary operator. Let's move on to the first one. Let's check this one first. See, this code will work perfectly fine, but for something this simple, Python offers a shortcut, see, which you can write it on single line. See, this is the same logic as this one, but it's shorter. Let's test this logic. First, let's test the longer one. Age equals, क्योंकि आउटपुट तो सेम ही देगा वो. ट्राई कर लेते हैं एक बार. I'll show you guys. Greater than equals 18. Status equals adult, else status equals minor. And status. Run Python. See adult आ गया. और हम इसी को अब छोटे वे में करेंगे. सी स्टेटस equals adult if age greater than equals to 18, else now let's print this. Print status. सी वापस adult आ गया. तो check this one. ये इतना बड़ा कोड है and this is this much. Which is better? The shorter one, na? This is very simple code, so you can just compress the code into a one line, single line code. See, read it from left to right. It's almost like English. Status is adult if age greater than 18, else minor. Same result as the 6 line version, which we saw before. Let's just use it directly inside print. Print. Temperature is okay. Temp is equal to 35. Print. Hot if hot if temp greater than equals 35, else cold. Let's try this. ये इसकी नहीं खेल रहा हूँ बार बार. सी हॉट आ गया. इसमें हमने डायरेक्टली प्रिंट में कर दिया. You can try these codes also. See, F string gets dense, but it's generally common in real code. A full conditional expression living directly inside an F string curly braces. It's very it's commonly dense. Now let's see when not to use a conditional expression. Let's test this one. Let's just test this code. Uh, Result equals a if score greater than else. Greater than equals to 80, else C. Now let's print the result. See, इसमें A तो आ गया ना, but see ये like बहुत ही complex type हो रहा है. So it's better you write them in the other way, which is the bigger one. सी ये कितना क्लीन हो गया है, कितना क्लीन कोड है। ये इट्स लाइक वेरी डेंस, कॉम्प्लेक्स सा लग रहा है देखने में। Condition expression can technically be changed, but once you need more than one condition, a full if, elif, else is almost always more readable, okay, than this chained condition. Let's move to the next one. The next one is conditional expression in a building context. Let's try this code. Prices is equal to 10, 25, 8, 40. Prices equals to 10, 25, 840, comma 40. Labels equals 4p in prices, 4p in prices. So expensive if free, expensive if p greater than or equals to 20. Else affordable. Print labels. थोड़ी सी मिस्टेक कर दिया मैंने। अफोर्डेबल एक्सपेंसिव सी इसने पूरी लिस्ट ही बना दी है, पर इसने कर दिया है अफोर्डेबल, दिस इज अफोर्डेबल $10, दिस इज एक्सपेंसिव ग्रेटर देन $20, दिस इज अफोर्डेबल बिकॉज इट इज लेस देन $20, this is expensive because it's more than $20. See, this is a small preview of loops coming on next episodes. Conditional expressions are extremely common inside loops for exactly this kind of labeling. Moving on to the next example, using minimum and maximum instead when possible. Okay, let's try this one. A equals 15, b is equal to 22. A equals 15, larger equals a if a is greater than b, else b. C, इससे बढ़िया हम ये भी कर सकते हैं, लार्जर इक्वल्स मैक्स ए कॉमा बी। विच वन इज बेटर? अभी हम इसको कर लेते हैं, देखो अभी हम इसको कमेंट आउट कर लेते हैं, ठीक है। लेट्स ट्राई, आएगा तो सेम ही दोनों में। प्रिंट लार्जर, रन पाइथन। कौन सा वाला लार्जर है? 22 लार्जर है बी से, ठीक है। अब इस वाले कोड को हम एक बार वो करते हैं, इस वाले कोड को, ऊपर वाले कोड को कमेंट आउट कर देते हैं। इसका भी सेम ही आंसर है। तो we can use minimum and maximum in these types of condition. Instead of these types of condition, we can use minimum and maximum. These are much cleaner. The minimum and maximum ones are much cleaner than these types of condition. Okay. For a simple pick the bigger, smaller value logic, Python's built-in max and min functions are almost always cleaner than a conditional expressions. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is the question. Just pause the video and try this question by yourself first, then you can check the answer. Create a variable for a number using a single conditional expression. Print whether the number is even or whether the number is odd. And think back to the model operator from episode 2. Let's try this out. Number this no number 20 result equals, even if number 2 equals 0, else प्रिंट करते हैं रिजल्ट को हम. Let's see what we get. See, we got even. So, yeah. Let's check this answer. Number is equal to 17, result is equal to even if number modulo 2 equals 0, else odd. See, number modulo 2 equals 0 is true only when there's no remainder after dividing by 2. Okay, exactly the even odd checks from episode 2. Now feeding conditional expression. Let's move on to the next one. Moving on to the next and last section, which is the match case statement. It is a new, cleaner alternative to long elif chains. If elif chains, okay, this is a very cleaner alternative. Let's try this first. Day equals 3. If day equals 1, day equals Monday. Monday. If day equals 2, name equals Tuesday. If day equals 3, name equals Wednesday. Else unknown day. Let's print the day. Now print करते हैं name. See, we got Wednesday. Okay, 3 डालता ना हमने, Wednesday मिल गया हमें. This works fine, but once you are checking one variable against many values, if you're checking one variable against many values, match case statements are much cleaner and much easier. Let's try the alternative of this one. Mhm. First, you have to write this match, then you have to write the day, then case 1. See, if the day, it means case 1 means day equals 1. Okay, we wrote day here, then case, it means day equals 1, name equals Monday, case 2, मतलब day equals 2, name equals Tuesday, case 3, day equals 3, name Wednesday, केस. सी, अगर हमें डिफॉल्ट केस डालना होता है ना कोई सा भी, मतलब 3 के एल्स, लाइक एल्स स्टेटमेंट डालनी होती है हमें, तो लाइक वी जस्ट राइट अंडरस्कोर इन इट इक्वल्स unknown. See, we paste it. Match checks the variable against each case from top to bottom. That underscore is a wild card, okay? It matches literally anything functioning exactly like else. It's like the else statement. Let's check the. It's the same person. Moving to the next one, matching multiple values in one case. Let's try this one out. See, I told you na, this is the sign of OR operator. Let's test this out. Match day equals case 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. प्रिंट करेंगे हम, इट्स अ वीकडे, इट्स अ वीकडे, केस 6 7 प्रिंट करेंगे वीकेंड, ट्राई कर लेते हैं, इट्स अ वीकडे. See, that pipe symbols lets one single case match several values. Okay, this would take multiple or conditions to write as a regular if statement. See, this is only like or operator. This pipe statement. Moving on to the next one. Let's try this one. Match case with strings. Command is equal to start match command. Try कर लेते हैं एक बार. Command is start. String में नहीं है. String. Match command. Case start. Starting. Starting. Case stop. And stopping. Now default case लेते हैं. Print invalid. See, we got starting. See, match case isn't limited to numbers. String can also work inside the match case exactly the same way, making this generally useful for simple command styles. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. A guard condition case with an if. Let's try this. Match score. Let's wait to write the score. Score equals 95. Now match score case as if s greater than or equals to 90, then it will print grade A. Case s if s greater than equals to 80, then it will print grade B. Now default case, it will print grade C or below. C. Let's test this. We got grade A. See, adding an if after a case is calling a guard. Okay. If you add if condition after a case, see, like we did here, this is called an guard match statement. It combines pattern matching with an actual condition, generally useful once you need ranges instead of exact value. Okay. This is very useful in the ranges part. Moving on to the next one. Next one is the practice question. Just pause the video, do this question by yourself, then you can resume the video. What's the question? Write a match case block that takes a variable holding a traffic light color, red, yellow, or green, and prints the correct option, action, stop, slow down, or go. Include a default case for an unexpected value. Okay. Light equals, what was light? There's no light given. Green ले लेते हैं light. Green match light case. First case is red. Print top. Next case is yellow. Now print slow down. Now the last case is green, which prints go. Go. Now we have to add a default case also. Print print unknown signal. एक बार चेक कर लेते हैं. What happened here? It's giving the error case. It shouldn't give us error. Why is it giving us error? Yellow, slow down, stop. Oh, see, we got go as an answer. Let's check the answer. Case red, print stop. Case yellow, print slow down. Case green, print go. Case default, print unknown signal. This is genuinely realistic use of match case. Now let's move on to the next one. Matching a range with a guard. Okay. Let's try this one also. Here we added guard. Okay, age equals 45. 45. What was the range? Case NF and if n less than 30, print child case n if n is greater than 13, less than 20, sorry, less than 20, greater than 13 was print teenager, teenager. If n is 65, print adult. डिफॉल्ट केस आ जाएगा इसके बाद। प्रिंट सीनियर। ट्राई करते हैं क्या है इसका। सी वी गोट एडल्ट। एज 45 है। ये वाला वैलिडेट नहीं हो रहा। ये वाला वैलिडेट नहीं हो रहा। ये वाला वैलिडेट हो रहा है, एडल्ट वाला। लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन। You can try these. See, match case is if elephant to use which. Uh, when a match case is used, when one variable and many exact values, and when there are command or menu style logic, you can use match case. When you can use if and elif, when you are comparing different type of values, and when there are many or very complex Boolean logic, you can use if elif statement. See, match case shines when you are checking one thing against many known values. For comparing multiple different values together, you can use if elif. When you don't know the how much number of values are there, when you only know the range, you can use if elif. It's very clearer. A common mistake for getting the wild card. See, without a wild card, an unmatched value simply falls through with no error and no output. Always include one unless you are certain every case is covered. Okay, you have to include wild card if you are not certain that every case is covered or not. If you are certain, then you can leave the wild card. Moving on to the next one. This is the last round of practice. Pause the video, try this question by yourself, and then you can resume the video. Write a program that takes a day number 1 to 7 and uses match case to print the day name. Then use a conditional expression to also print whether it's a weekday or weekend based on that same day number. Let's test this one. Day equals, which day should it be? 7. Match day. Then case 1. Name equals Monday. Case. How much cases do we need to write? 1 to 7. And using case 2. Name equals Tuesday. Case 3. Name equals Wednesday. Case 4. Name equals Thursday. Case 5. Name equals Friday. Now, case 6. Saturday. Name equals Saturday. Case 7. Name equals Sunday. Then the wild card one. Case default. Name equals unknown. Then kind equals weekend if day in 6 comma 7. else weekday, and print what we have to print use f string for printing. Okay, name, then kind of kind. Let's run the code. See, we got Sunday and weekend. It's a weekend. Let's check the answer. See, it's the same. See, this combines both techniques from today's and second half, and which is match case handles, the name lookup, and a conditional expression handles the weekday and weekend classification in one line. Okay, there are two in one line. Let's move on to the next one. This is the main challenge of this episode. Just pause the video and try this by yourself. Build a simple grading system with a twist. Take a numeric score and a boolean for whether the assignment was submitted late. Determine the base letter grade using if, elif, and else. If submitted late, drop the grade down one letter, one full letter using matched case. Print the final grade clearly with an F string. Okay, let's try this one out. This one is the main one of today's video. This will have all the concepts. It is late equals to if score greater than or equals to 90, then we'll print, printing है ना grade देनी है अभी, grade equals a. Elif score greater than equals to 80, grade B. Elif score greater than equals to 70, grade equals C. Else grade equals F. Now what we'll do, if is late, अगर लेट हुआ तो क्या दिया था इसने कि हमें इसमें एक ड्रॉप करनी है वैल्यू, ग्रेड की वैल्यू ड्रॉप करनी है. इज लेट, मैच डाल देंगे, मैच स्टेटमेंट मैच ग्रेड केस ए, ग्रेड इक्वल्स टू बी डाल देंगे. अब केस बी ग्रेड इक्वल्स सी डाल देंगे. केस, अरे मैंने सी छोटा लिख दिया था. ग्रेड इक्वल्स एफ डाल देंगे. Now let's print this one. Print f, then ये, then final grade, it's grade. इसको सी, फाइनल ग्रेड इज बी, क्योंकि ये लेट हो गया था ना. सॉरी, अगर ये लेट नहीं होता और इसको फोर्स डालते तो इसके मैच मैच वाली इफ वाली कंडीशन रन ही नहीं होती. सी लेट्स सी फाइनल ग्रेड इज ए, इसमें ये वाली रन नहीं हुई, ये नेगेटिव नहीं हुआ इसमें. लेट्स मूव, लेट्स चेक द आंसर. सी, दिस इज द आंसर. Here every control flow is together. See, if else, determine the base grade. A nested if checks the late flag. A match case drops grade one level, and F string prints the final result. It puts it all together. Every content of today's lecture is there in this question. Now let's move on to the recap. Let's recap. Uh, Today you learned if, elif, and else, the true foundation of decision making in Python. You learned nested conditions and when to flatten them with logical operators instead. You learned conditional expression for clean one-line logic, and you learned match case, a modern and often cleaner alternative to long elif chains. In episode 6, we are covering loops, for loops, while loops, break and continue, and nested loops. This is where your code start doing things over and over automatically, and it builds directly on everything we have covered today. Hit the subscribe so you don't miss it. See you in episode 6. Bye bye.